Hey everyone, Gabriel here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about a one product store strategy that allowed me to build this brand new store to over $600,000 in sales within just 3 months. And yeah, like I said, this was all done with pretty much just one product. About 99% of sales come from one product. So I'm going to be taking you guys through the exact strategy, starting from product research to how I build my store and run my ads. And I'll actually be taking you through a sample store to actually show you step by step what I would do. Okay, so first off, I just want to show you guys a little proof because I know there's going to be a lot of skeptics watching this. So this is the store here. As you can see, total sales since starting, which was the first day was about July 20th. And since starting, we've done $660,000 in sales. As you can see, these are today's stats: 7.8K, 53 visitors live, and I can pick any day, and you'll see that it'll update properly. So yesterday 12,000, the day before that 9,000. So as you can see, this is all real, and about 20% of this is profit. Obviously not all of it is profit, mainly product costs and ad costs, but it's still very profitable. 20% of 600,000 over 3 months is a nice sum of money. To start off, I want to give you guys a quick overview of this strategy and why I like it. So basically what we're going to be doing is building a brand around one hot dropshipping product that's doing really well. And we're also going to add a few related products in the same niche just to make your store look a little bit more legit. But basically you're going to be focusing on that one product and only marketing that one product. And what this does is this will make your store or your brand seem like an authoritative source for that product, and maybe people will think that you're the original person who invented this product if it's that type of novel product. But basically it'll make your conversion rates higher, and it'll make people more likely to buy from you rather than just seeing your ad and then looking for that product on Amazon. Big benefit with this strategy is that when the majority of your orders come from a single product, this makes mass fulfillment much easier. So when you're drop shipping at a very high volume, so say like over 200, 400 orders a day, you don't usually use AliExpress. I don't use AliExpress. I use like Excel sheets and mass fulfillment with the drop shipping agent in China. And when you just have one product, this makes the whole process a lot easier and a lot smoother. Same thing for marketing. If you have a lot of products, you're going to have a lot of different campaigns for different products and a lot of different ads an ad for each product. Versus when you're focusing on just one product, you can focus on building a ton of different ads for that one product and basically just really double down on one product that's doing well for you rather than spreading yourself thin. The first step is product research. So the type of product that usually works well for me are products with kind of a mass appeal, a wide target market, large enough audience that you can really scale and do big numbers. Another thing that you want is you really want the product to solve a problem. If a product solves a problem, it's much easier to sell to cold traffic. So people who haven't seen your store before, you can just convince them to do an impulse buy because it solves their problem. Another thing is that you don't want to worry too much about saturation. So the product that I'm selling in the store that I showed you is extremely saturated, as most people would call it. And the way I see it, it's saturated because there's an extreme amount of demand and it's selling really, really well, clearly. So the saturation is actually kind of a good sign. It tells you that there's a lot of sales to be made, and what you need to do is pretty much outdo all the existing competitors in the space. So you just need to have better ads, better website, and if you do that, you'll be able to scale to really big numbers, right? Because if it's saturated, that means there's a lot of demand. So I don't worry too much about saturation. I worry more about kind of just doing better than the people who are already in that space. Last thing is that you want the product to be proven to sell. So to do this, you want to find a drop shipping ad and kind of just look at the comments. A lot of the times you'll see in the comments like I ordered this last week, still haven't gotten it, or like a ton of comments saying I want this, tagging people. And you can kind of get a feel for how interested people are really in this product and how well it's going to sell. I'm quickly going to talk about 4 different product research strategies that I use. Some of them I've covered in my product research video that you can find on my channel, and I recommend you watch that if you're going into the product research phase. But there's 2 strategies here that I listed that I didn't talk about in that video. So number 1 is Ecom Hunt. And Ecom Hunt is basically, it's right here, I'm just going to pull it up now. Sorry. And it's a software where they basically curate the best products to dropship every day. So they have a team of people actively working and monitoring the dropshipping space and see what products are starting to trend, are starting to sell a lot, and they basically post them here every day. And yeah, there's some really good products here to find. The app is free. There is a pro plan, and the pro plan allows you to see the 4 most recent unlocks. So these would be locked right now if you don't have pro. I have pro plan because honestly, if you find one good product that's selling really well from Ecom Hunt, you can pay back the pro plan in like literally like 2 sales. So your return on investment on Ecom Hunt can be really large. You don't need a product research tool, and I usually don't advocate paid software, but if you're at a place in your dropshipping business where you don't mind investing $20 a month, I think it is really worth it, and it takes out a lot of the manual labor out of product research, because these are great dropshipping products, and most dropshipping products that people have had success with are in this website. They have a lot of pages. They have 56 different pages of products, and so yeah, there's a ton of different products that you can find. So strategy number 2 and 3 I talk about in my product research video. So those 2 strategies are Facebook search and spying on competitors' ads, and strategy 3 is just browsing AliExpress, sorting by orders, and searching that way. And strategy number 4, which I didn't talk in that product research video, is asking dropshipping suppliers for hot products. So this is kind of more if you've already scaled some products, if you have a lot of connections in the dropshipping space or just connections with suppliers, you can go to your suppliers and ask them, hey, what's a product that's been selling really well lately? And I mean, they know, the numbers won't lie, and if the product's selling really well, there's a good chance that you can take it and scale it too. So this is a really good strategy to find hot products earlier than most people. Alright, so just to show you guys exactly how I would build a 1 product store, I'm actually going to go ahead and pick a product from Ecom Hunt and build a store around it. And by the way, if you're interested in Ecom Hunt, I have an affiliate link in the bio that you can click on and just check it out that way, and that would support the channel, and it's free. So yeah, check it out, guys. Alright, so I'm just gonna pick a product. So these products all look pretty interesting. A lot of them are kind of like gadgets that you would see on a general store. So you kind of need a product that you can build a brand around, so it needs to be a big enough problem. So maybe this arthritis glove, this could be a good one. This pet cart seat belt actually looks interesting too. So let's just look at the pet car seat belt. It's a little bit less broad than I would like it to be. I like products that are more kind of mass appeal, so say something like teeth whitening or weight loss, that kind of thing. But this also looks interesting. People love dogs, and it's a really big market. So let's click show me the money, and then this is going to show us the product info. So that's actually really good. As you can see, this tells you the selling price and the product cost. So the product cost is extremely cheap, $1.20. So you can get a really crazy margin with this product. So this actually looks like an interesting product because you wouldn't need to do that much volume to make really good profit because the margins are just amazing. So it tells you the analytics here. So AliExpress, so it's got 9,400 orders on AliExpress, which is really good. If you've watched my product research video, I like that the product has at least 1,000 orders, so 9,000 is great. And then engagement, all that. So Ecom Hunt's really great. It gives you all this info about the product, and this will really help you start faster when you're launching new products. Alright, so once you find a product, what I like to do next is find my competitors to see what they're doing and see how I can improve on it. So if you're using Ecom Hunt, you can actually just scroll down here and then click the Facebook ad link, and this will show you the Facebook ad that they found of the store that's selling this product. If you're not using Ecom Hunt, you can just use Facebook search, look at like keywords related to the product, so like pet seat belt, and then maybe you can add something like get yours here to find dropshipping videos, and then you should be able to find some competitors who are selling this product. But since I'm using Ecom Hunt, I'm just going to go ahead and click Facebook ad. So this is the ad that Ecom Hunt linked me to, and now we can take a look at what they're doing. So let's just play the video. Keep your dog safe in the car with this. So that's really good. The first few seconds are the dogs flying out of the car, and that's really going to grab your attention if you're just scrolling down the feed. And that's one thing that you'll notice on a lot of videos that get a lot of views. The first few seconds of the video are really eye-catching, attention-grabbing, and they suck you into the video. And it doesn't matter how good the rest of your video are, if the first few seconds don't get your viewers' attention, they're going to scroll right past it and they won't see the rest. So you really want to focus on getting those first 3 seconds to catch the viewers' attention. So let's keep watching and see what these guys did. So yeah, they just got clips of the pet seat belt and of this pet here, and just text on screen, and that's the exact model you want for a video ad. You just want video clips and text explaining what it does for people who don't have the sound on. So this is a great video ad. Now you can also take a look at the engagement, so like 3,300 shares, so that's great. That would have given them a lot of organic traffic, a lot of comments, a lot of likes, so great engagement. So at this point, this is when you need to create your own content for your own website. So you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Clearly this worked pretty well for this store right here. So you want to do it basically what they did but better. So you have 2 options. What you can do is buy the product and send it to people on Fiverr or connections in real life, or you can do it yourself and basically get your own content for the video and make ads that way. The other thing you can do is you can just browse online for existing clips of this product and put together your own montage and make your own video ad that way. The second method that I just explained, going online finding clips, you could run into copyright issues because it's not fair use if it's for commercial use. But yeah, it's if you're just getting started, you don't have capital, and you're running on a small scale, usually it's not too big of a deal, and a lot of people do it. So that's one way you can make your own ad. Alright, so the next step now is to actually start building your high converting store for this product. So I actually went ahead and spent a little bit of time to build a store for this product just to show you guys exactly how I would do it. Alright, so this is the store that I built for this product, and this is the product page for the pet car seat belt. And yeah, I'm gonna take you guys through it and how I built it. So first off, as you can see, the theme is really simple, really clean, and this is just a free theme. This is actually debut theme, the theme that comes right out of the box. And I hear a lot of people say that you need paid themes to get your conversion rate up, and while it's true that a paid theme sometimes will have a higher conversion rate right out of the box due to integrated apps, if you customize your theme with like custom images and a lot of apps and just make it look nice, you can get just as high of a conversion rate with a free theme. So it's really more about how you customize your theme rather than if it's a free or paid theme. So I added a simple logo. Pup Magic is the name of the store, and to make this logo I basically just downloaded a font from dafont.com, a font that I thought looked nice, and I just wrote Pup Magic, made it blue, and that was my logo. So you really don't need to overcomplicate things for a logo. You don't always need to pay a designer sometimes a nice font is all you need. And I'm going to take you guys through the product page now. So first thing is we have a countdown timer here, which increases urgency. And countdown timers, they work well, but if you do them right. So you don't want your countdown timer to look spammy. It needs to look like it's actually a custom countdown timer that actually means something and that isn't just placed there to make you buy it, right? So I use the app Ultimate Sales Boost, and they let you customize the color of the countdown timer, right? And what I like doing is picking the same color as the color that I'm using for the rest of my theme, and I think that it integrates really nicely on the product page and doesn't look too spammy. Ultimate Sales Boost also lets you have these trust badges, and I think they look pretty nice. You can use different trust badges too. This is just, I quickly made this store, right? I mean, this store could be a lot better, but this is just to show you guys the point on how I would build a one product store. I'm not actually going to be running the store, so I didn't spend that much time to build this, but I think this would be good enough to actually get a good conversion rate and make some sales. Another thing on the product page that I added is quantity breaks by line breaks, and this is a really great app, and especially for a product like this. This is a product that I could definitely see people buying more than one very often if they want to give some to their friends or if they have multiple pets, right? So quantity breaks will definitely increase your average order value, and it's really easy to set up with line breaks. So definitely recommend using that if your product fits well. So now if you notice, when I scroll down the page, this sticky add to cart bar is going to pop up, and this will also show up on mobile. And this bar is great for when they're scrolling down your product description. If they're reading, say, like this paragraph right here, and then this is when they decide they want to buy, instead of having to scroll up all the way and then click add to cart, they can just do it right away from here. So I love using sticky add to cart bars on my website, and I think you should too. They do wonders for your add to cart. I also added an image in the product description right here, so I like putting images in the product description when people are scrolling down. I find it engaging. So I actually took this image from the store, of which the ad we saw at the start of the video. So I don't own this image, but this is just for demo purposes. I'm not actually going to be running this store. And so yeah, I would put a little image here, something like this, the perfect gift for car owners with pets, especially during Q4. This is great since people are buying gifts for everyone. And then the rest is just a simple, pretty straightforward description where it just highlights the benefits, right? And then if we keep scrolling down, we have our guarantee. So having something like this will really increase trust and make people less worried about ordering from your site. So this is great also, but the only thing is if you put something like this, our guarantee, you actually have to back up your guarantee, right? You can't just say that and then not follow through. So don't write something like this if you're not going to follow through, but if you are willing to follow through, this will definitely help your conversion rate. If we keep scrolling, we'll see these looks photo reviews, and this also really helps your conversion rate. For people to see photo reviews, it's like social proof. It's like reviews but on steroids with photos. So I really like using looks photo reviews. I think they look great for a product page. And then lastly, if we keep scrolling all the way to the bottom, we'll see this frequently bought together app. This is another app that I like using. Since for a pet seat belt, you don't really want to use just a regular dog collar because it's gonna like pull their neck. So if you use a dog harness instead, it'll be a lot better. So I think this is a great cross-sell for this product, and so I would use this frequently bought together app, and I think a decent amount of people would take up this offer. You could also use a one-click upsell on the cart page. So if you look up discounted upsell on the App Store, you could if they add just the pet seat belt, then you can offer them like a discounted harness to add to their order. So this is another thing you could do. I still haven't added this to the store, but you could. So that's basically what your one product store would look like. Your home page, people might visit that too, but it really doesn't matter as much as your product page, because the product page is where you're going to be directing people in your ads, and this is what they're going to see first. So I actually set up a home page just as a demo. So like I said, I really didn't spend that much time building the store, and it could be a lot better. Like, this is just free stock images of a dog, and I quickly wrote this text, right? So we can't get enough of dogs. We pride ourselves in our expertise in taking care of pups and dogs. Browse our collection, blah blah blah. Shop now. And then the featured collection is the only two products that the store has. Heavy duty dog harness, pet car seat belt, and then a little image here. Attention dog owners, make car rides with your pet safe, comfortable, and distraction free with the vehicle pet seat belt. Learn more, and then it takes you to the product page. So really all you want to do is just focus on this one product on your store and keep driving everyone who goes to your site, keep driving them to this product page. Now there's a few important pages that you do want to have set up on your website. I didn't set them up on this site yet, but I just put some menu options. So shipping info, this is a page that you would want to have set up for sure. FAQ, this also helps increase your conversion rate a lot. If you have an FAQ that they can click on and get all their questions that they're worried about answered, and then they'll just place an order right away, right? So you could have an FAQ with like, what do I do if it doesn't work? Can I return it? Does this work for all types of cars? Something like that, right? Just frequently ask questions that you think people might be wondering when they're seeing your product page, and this will also increase your conversion rate. You also want to have a refund policy, terms of service, privacy policy. So all that stuff, you should have these pages set up on your store, because this will build trust. So one thing that I recommend you do while you're building your store is that you go through your entire funnel, and you put yourself into the mind of your potential customers. So you act as if you were a customer visiting the store, interested in the product, and then you can see where the potential fall-offs would be. So this is the start of the funnel when they click your ad and they land on this product page, right? And then they take a look, they see that the sale's ending soon, so they're like, okay, I gotta buy this soon. They see the quantity breaks, so they're like, okay, maybe I could buy 2 for a friend. So they scroll down, they take a look at everything, okay, and now you have this sticky add to cart bar. So you can click add to cart right away without scrolling back up. And then again, so right here it says buy 2 to get 15% off, so this is great. The upsell is still in our cart, so maybe then they would decide, okay, let's do 2 instead. And then we have this urgency from Ultimate Sales Boost, which is great. So check out now to avoid losing your deal, right? So they're like, okay, well, I gotta check out right now. They press checkout, and then it goes to the checkout page. So now you want to make sure that you have your logo here. By default, it won't have your store logo, so you want to make sure you replace that. There's an error here with the discount codes, not too sure what that's about. So I would have to fix that if we're actually going to run this ad. But since I'm not actually running this store, it doesn't really matter. And then as you can see, I have this checkout hack, I like to call it, installed. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my videos. I have a video called Shopify Checkout Hack. And this is how you set up this checkout countdown timer, this Why Choose Us section, and these three tabs up top. And so this also helps increase your checkout conversion rate. And so yeah, basically this is your funnel. Everything looks good beside this coupon error. And yeah, There's a lot of improvements that could still be made, but overall this would be a decent one product store that you could start testing ads for. So there's a few things that I haven't set up on that store that I just showed you yet that I definitely would if I were to run ads to it. Number one would be a currency converter if I plan to sell to multiple countries, right? Because you want to show the price in their local currency. Another thing is I already have quantity breaks set up, but I would probably also set up a discounted upsell. So when they order just a pet seat belt, I would offer them a discounted pet harness, and I think that would really increase the average order value. Lastly, marketing automation. You definitely want to have that set up so that you can recover abandoned carts as soon as you start running traffic to your website. So what I usually use is Conversio for email marketing, SMS Bump for text marketing, and Recart for messenger marketing. And yeah, overall this should increase your conversion rate and help you recover a good portion of your abandoned carts. So going back to my store that I was showing you at the beginning, I just want to show you the backend analytics because I'm using a very similar setup in terms of theme and design of the store. And I just want to show you guys that you can get a good conversion rate with free themes if you just customize it well. And so as you can see, this is today's stats, 8.8k in sales now, and the conversion rate is 4.7%, which is really pretty good. Most people I hear get like 2 to 3%, so 4.7% is pretty good, and it allows you to compete with higher bids than most people for paid advertising. Alright, so once you've got a store ready to go, the next step is driving traffic with Facebook ads. So to do that, you'll need to have a Facebook page for your store. So that's the first step, building a Facebook page for your store. What you want to do is you want to try to make it look like an active page. You don't want to run ads on a page that was just created and has no post whatsoever, right? Because some people do click on your profile and visit your profile before they'll click on the link, right? They want to see who your company is, and they want to see that, you know, you're a real company. So having multiple posts, having a lot of engagement on those posts, and having followers on your page will definitely help your page convert better. Now what you want to do is post multiple variations of your ad on your page and basically split test them to see which one's doing better. So the first 3 seconds make the biggest difference, like I said, so that's definitely the first thing that you want to split test, the first 3 seconds of your video. Once you find a good first 3 seconds of your video that's really eye-catching, the next thing that you want to split test is the thumbnail of the video. And those 2 things alone can make a video ad go from like not performing well at all to performing extremely well, and I've seen it happen personally. So definitely test the first 3 seconds of the video and the thumbnail. To show what I mean, if we go back to the ad that we found on Ecom Hunt for the product for the pet seatbelt, and we go to their store and we see what ads they're running, I'm sure that we'll find different variations of that ad. So let's check info and ads. And there we go. So this is the ad, dog owners. You can safely take your dog on car rides. And let's just wait till this loads. Alright, so yeah, this is one of the ads, and then if we scroll down, yeah, this one has a different thumbnail. So this already is 2 variations. And then if we scroll down again, I think that's another, yeah, that's just a different color. So see, they're literally testing the color of the text at the top, right? That's how big of a difference a thumbnail can make, just the color of the top text. So you definitely want to split test all these things because it could make a successful campaign. It could make or break a campaign, basically. So since this product is only relevant to dog owners, I would probably start it off with interest targeting and targeting broad dog related interests. So usually I start with around 5 to 10 ad sets at $50 each. $50 because Any less than that, you're not getting proper optimization algorithm for Facebook, and then you get unexpected behavior in your ad sets. So I like to start them at $50 each with a different interest, and the broader the better in my opinion, but it must still fit your niche, right? But the broader the better, because Facebook can optimize and find who's more likely to buy itself. Like, Facebook's really good at finding buyers for your product, right? So if you give it a broad interest, it's good at working with that and finding pockets of buyers. So I put this list really quick of something you could do to set this up. So you could target dogs, you could target PetSmart, you could target like Labrador, dog food, pet food, and these are all different angles that you could take. There's a lot more angles that you could take for targeting for this product, but I quickly put together this list as something you could just start out using. Using Ecom Hunt Pro, a cool thing you can do is scroll down to the bottom and check out their recommended Facebook targeting. So for every product they do, they actually suggest what you should target for Facebook ads. And yeah, so I've never actually tried their targeting. I like to just run my own ads and do it my own way. But if you're a beginner and you kind of just want to be spoon-fed everything, I guess, you could try running an ad set targeting exactly this. So they're basically targeting a bunch of dog magazines and pet food brands, right? So this would actually be a very targeted audience of dog owners in the United States. So once you start running these ad sets and data starts rolling in, this is when it starts to get really interesting, because you can start testing a lot of different things. So the first thing I would test usually is combining my best interests with flex targeting. So let's say this dog's interest and the PetSmart interest is doing really well. You could combine the two with flex targeting, and what that means is that your audience must match both interests. So like, it must match dogs but also match PetSmart. And if they're both doing well individually, naturally when you combine them with flex targeting, you're going to get a more narrow audience, a more targeted audience that usually converts at a lower cost per conversion. Another thing you can do is you can test new interests that are similar to those who are performing well already. So if your PetSmart interest is doing really well, you could start testing other pet stores that are popular, right? And to do this, you can also take advantage of the Facebook suggestion feature when you're in the interest section. So if you have PetSmart entered as an interest, there'll be a little button that says suggestions, and it'll give you suggestions related to PetSmart. And these interests will be good to test also. Lastly, another thing that you can start testing is start running lookalike audiences when you have enough data, right? So I have a whole video on my channel about scaling with lookalike audiences, and this is actually one of my favorite strategies for scaling. So the store that I showed you at the start, most of it was scaled with lookalike audiences, and that's a really great strategy. So I definitely recommend that you check out that video where I talk about scaling with lookalike audiences, because I won't be covering it in this video. Alright, so the last thing that I want to quickly touch on for Facebook ads is how you should scale. So I recommend scaling horizontally first, and what that means is testing as many ad sets as possible without increasing the budget. So just creating as many new ad sets as possible, so like new interests, new lookalike audiences, and basically just having an army of ad sets that are performing well. And then once you start running out of new things that you can test, and this should take a while, I mean, you should continually create new ad sets and you should continually scale horizontally. But when you're just starting out, you really want to just focus purely on scaling horizontally to create as many ad sets as possible. And then once you start having some ad sets that are performing well consistently, this is when you can start scaling vertically. And what this means is duplicating the ad set and just raising the budget. So if you're starting with $50 ad sets and this $50 ad set has been running for like 4 days, and it's doing really well. This is when you can duplicate it with a higher budget. So duplicate it to like $200 budget, and if the $200 budget is still doing well after like 2-3 days, then you can take that $200 budget ad set and duplicate it to a $500 budget ad set, and maybe throw on manual bidding, because when you go to like $500 budget, that's when Facebook can really spend your budget quickly. So usually that's at the under like $500, I don't worry too much about manual bidding, but when I'm going over $500 a day for an ad set, that's when I would consider using manual bidding for my ad sets. Alright, so that is pretty much it for this mini course on one product dropshipping stores. I think I covered mostly everything. If there's stuff that I didn't cover, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that in the comments below and I'll gladly reply. I reply to all comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. That would mean a lot. And make sure to check out Ecom Hunt by clicking the link in the bio. Ecom Hunt's a great tool for finding products. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll